What was the magical tree? How do you connect with nature?
Because at the time I needed money, and he had lots of money, and he could have given me lots of money, but instead he opted to show me the magical tree. So I embraced the magical tree, and without his money, my life changed. And so he could have helped me with the money, but he produced a better life, curiously. Right? Not at the time, I must say, I was very, very traumatized. Here you got the money and you're going to show me some blessed tree? Come on. But he was right, for me. So I went in, and since that time, well, realistically, Luke, since I've come to Taiwan, I had a girlfriend for a long period of time, and she was very sensitive about bugs and bees and grass and animals and everything, and it really created a sense of deep respect for all living creatures, right? And so the tree kind of, if I can put it that way, opened me up. The book I'm reading about trees, for instance, Luke, I come from an industrial area. They cut down all the trees, right? Most people that worked retired at 65 and died very quickly. And was it because they were poisoned by the trees? I always think that the trees never forgave them, right? They used to cut down the trees, and the baby trees would be on the ground, and they would just pull them right through the baby. They kill all the baby trees too. Everything was just like the whole landscape was just desecrated. And then they would burn, Luke. They had this idea that if they burned, it did two things. One, it put phosphate back in the soil from the ash, the burning, and it prevented fire. They were deeply afraid of fire. Forest fire is going to destroy the forest, right? Commercially take away our money, because a blackened tree you can't log, I guess, or use the wood, or who knows what.
How do you deal with trauma?
But I guess in a bizarre sort of way, he helped me more with the tree, looking back now, 30 years, than he did with the money. I mean, the money would have made me rich, I guess, basically, But it wouldn't have made me the man I am today. And I think, honestly, the trauma in my life has produced a better man, I really do. The pain and the suffering and the loss and all those things that we all have, Luke. I'm not unique, right? I'm just the messenger, right? The message is critical thinking. That's our message.
Can we really change our outlook on life?
Yeah, I was in a Hindu temple in Coimbatore, and they have in the temple there's in the center of the temple it looks like a space-age device that connects to the universe called Kundalinga or something like this, and it connects down. The energy comes down. And that's what the tree felt like at that moment. It felt like you had been given this energy to go forward, right? Run outside and embrace the tree. No, the real solution, if you want to really do something scary, is at lunchtime, go to a park and take your shoes and socks off and walk on the grass in your bare feet. It's a very interesting experience. It's uncomfortable initially. You're a little embarrassed, at least I was, or I am when I do it, but it really connects you, right? Makes you human, slows you down, makes you realize that what you're doing probably has no intrinsic value, right? Probably not. Mankind is killing the golden goose. I think there's no question. But the Lovelock theory, Dr. Lovelock, Gaia theory rather, it says that we're embarking on a course of self-destruction. Yeah, I've just read one of his books, right? And he's right. Yeah, unless we change. But I think world history has shown that we won't, Luke. We won't. I have great hope for this generation because they're the most connected, they're the smartest in a way that maybe they will be able to intercede here, But the forces arrayed against change are enormous. Oil industry, the commercial food industry, military industry, These industries that don't want to see change, sadly.
Who is Eudoxia? How do we feel truly human? How can we be fully alive?
I think it's all about sensitivity to life, right, basically. And first thing I do in the morning when I get up is I have a shave and I brush my teeth. That's what the first thing, right? And there's a plant there, Eudoxia, and she always looks vibrant somehow. She's a beautiful color to her and what have you, and I stroke her leaves and talk to her a bit, and she really bonds me. It makes me feel like she's growing, and every day I see her, she looks more magnificent. You know, maybe this is anthropomorphism or it's real, it's hard to say, but that's what it looks like, right? That my words, and she's responding to them. But in all of this, and I'm so loving and I'm caring in nature, this mosquito is there, it flies out, and without thinking, I kill it, straight to the wall. And I felt very bad because I'm a hypocrite, basically, right? You know, on one side you're saying you're lauding nature, and then nature is there. And and nature in this case has to suck your blood. But we don't have any mosquito-borne diseases at the moment, to the best of my knowledge, in the first world. So why does she have to die? She's going to die in 6 weeks or something anyhow, you know. So, but I just felt a little bad, like I took a life needlessly, you know. So that's the connection.